Welcome to Unbelievable Top 10. Today we delve into a sensitive but crucial topic, the societal and legal attitudes towards LGBT people in different parts of the world. It's vital to understand these global attitudes towards LGBT rights, as they impact millions of lives every day. In this video, we'll journey through 10 countries where the rights of LGBT individuals are either severely restricted or virtually non-existent. The countries under discussion today are India, Northern Cyprus, Singapore, Russia, Jamaica, Uganda, Nigeria, Afghanistan, and two more that might surprise you. First on our list is India. The country presents an interesting case when it comes to LGBT rights. Homosexuality was decriminalized in 2009, a significant leap forward for the community. However, the progress was short-lived, as in 2013 the law was reversed and homosexuality was once again criminalized. This change presented a harsh reality where same-sex relationships could result in up to 10 years in prison. In India, the legal and societal landscape remains uncertain for the LGBT community. Moving on to Northern Cyprus. This region is notorious for its severe laws against homosexuality. Here, being gay is not only socially frowned upon, but is also illegal. These laws are not just on paper, but are actively enforced, with same-sex relationships carrying a potential penalty of up to 5 years in prison. This harsh legal landscape is further reinforced by societal attitudes that are largely unsupportive of the LGBT community. The societal norms and legal restrictions together create a hostile environment that severely limits the rights and freedoms of LGBT individuals. In Northern Cyprus, the LGBT community faces a harsh legal and social environment. Next, we head to Singapore. In this vibrant city-state, there's an odd dichotomy when it comes to homosexuality. It's legal for women, yet remains illegal for men, creating a stark disparity in the rights and freedoms of the LGBT community. Furthermore, media outlets in Singapore are under strict regulation, forbidden from portraying LGBT people in a positive light. This not only restricts representation but also hampers the growth of a diverse, inclusive culture. In Singapore, the LGBT community is legally recognized, but only partially. Now let's venture into Russia. Over the past few years, Russia has seen a noticeable increase in hostility towards the LGBT community. The tension is largely fueled by a law that bans what it refers to as homosexual propaganda. This vaguely worded law has led to a rise in attacks and violence against LGBT individuals. The law, in essence, stifles any public expression or discussion of homosexuality, making it challenging for those in the LGBT community to live openly and safely. In Russia, the legal landscape is increasingly hostile towards the LGBT community. We now cross the Atlantic to Jamaica. This Caribbean island is renowned for its vibrant culture and stunning landscapes, but it also harbors a dark side when it comes to LGBT rights. Homophobia is deeply entrenched in society, leading to frequent instances of violence against the LGBT community. Discrimination is widespread and often goes unpunished, creating a climate of fear. The lack of legal protections for LGBT individuals exacerbates the situation, making it one of the most dangerous places for LGBT people. In Jamaica, the LGBT community faces a high level of violence and discrimination. Let's turn our attention to Uganda, a country where the laws against homosexuality are not merely restrictive but harsh and punitive. Uganda's legal system has been known to impose heavy penalties on those found guilty of homosexuality. This includes long-term imprisonment and, in extreme cases, even the death penalty. The climate of fear these laws create is palpable, as people are forced to hide their true selves or face dire consequences. In Uganda, the legal consequences for homosexuality are severe. Next up is Nigeria. Now imagine a place where societal attitudes and laws align in a haunting symphony of homophobia. That's Nigeria for you. The nation's extreme homophobia is so deeply entrenched that it's reflected in a survey where 98% of respondents agreed that homosexuality should not be accepted. The legal ramifications are equally grim, with homosexuality punishable by death in the northern regions under Sharia law and by 14 years in prison in the Christian South. In Nigeria, the societal and legal hostility towards the LGBT community is extreme. We now move on to Afghanistan. In this nation, deeply scarred by years of conflict and war, societal norms and attitudes towards homosexuality are rigid and unyielding. The cultural fabric of Afghanistan is woven with threads of strict heterosexual norms, creating an environment where anything outside of this established norm is often met with severe resistance. This resistance goes beyond mere disapproval, often resulting in fear and persecution for those who identify as LGBT. The societal pressure to conform to heterosexuality is immense, making life incredibly challenging for LGBT individuals. In Afghanistan, a war-torn country, the societal norms heavily favor heterosexuality. Finally, we discuss the last two countries on our list. In our ninth spot, we find a nation where homosexuality is heavily criminalized, with severe penalties for those found guilty. Society's attitude is largely hostile, making life for the LGBT community incredibly difficult. The 10th and final country on our list has a similar story. While the laws may differ, the societal attitudes are strikingly similar, with widespread homophobia and discrimination. These last two countries, like the ones before, show a severe lack of LGBT rights and acceptance. This has been a sobering journey through different parts of the world. From India's fluctuating laws, northern Cyprus's state-endorsed homophobia, to Singapore's unequal treatment of homosexuality. We delved into Russia's increasing hostility, Jamaica's violent climate, Uganda's draconian laws, and Nigeria's extreme societal intolerance. We also looked at Afghanistan's rigid heterosexual norms. This exploration has shed light on the stark realities faced by the LGBT community in these regions. It's a stark reminder of the fight for equality that is still ongoing. Thank you for joining us on Unbelievable Top 10. Please subscribe for more content that brings light to important global issues.